flight simulators, networking and aircraft innovation technology were some of the key exhibits at the Aero Aviation Expo taking place at Wonderboom National Airport in Pretoria. Organized by Messe Frankfurt, the gathering will focus mainly on the future of aviation, with stakeholders also showcasing their products. But even with the optimism in the sector, there are challenges.
Working out of pocket sometimes could derail the process because the moment you break within your training, it also affects your muscle memory. So usually we'd always struggle to get funds, or we'd have to struggle with bursaries, or finding just somebody who is within the capacity of actually sponsoring you, and then you just pay them back after. Because we all know getting student loans can also be depressing at some point, because now let's say that the money that you would apply for with the loan is not really enough, or the money that they would allow you or allocate to you is not really enough.
With the expo open to children, many of them are keen to explore a career in aviation. Grade 7 pupil Kayla Brahama says she aspires to be a woman pilot in a sector dominated by men.
It's not like a often thing you see every day, because it's very rare in what you see, because there's not many women pilots, there's more men pilots in the world. I've always had an interest in planes, and I feel like it's going to be a good career for me, and I'm doing something fun and something I would enjoy.
43 Air School is the biggest flight school in Africa and is in the top 3 in the world. Based at Port Alfred in the Eastern Cape, 43 Air School CEO Ati Niemann says a huge demand for pilots will come as freight and passenger travel increases.
The aviation industry has gone through quite a big dip with COVID, but unbeknown to many people, the demand for pilots will be bigger in the years to come than it was before COVID, when it was already a huge demand for pilots. The reason being, what a lot of people have thought, that because of the passenger flying going down and people not traveling for meetings and so on, has been taken up and have been overtaken by the freight flying that's happening in the world. It is calculated that Amazon, if they had their own airline, would be the biggest airline in the world, just to fly the freight that they actually send around the world. So think about how you get and buy things nowadays, all gets flown.
With the expo taking place in Pretoria, Tshwane Executive Mayor Randall Williams says the Metro should become a major role player in the aviation sector.
So we would like the aviation industry to get back where it was, so that growth can continue. But for us, it's not only the transport of passengers, where you have scheduled, non-scheduled flights, but we also want the manufacturing industry to be based here. We've already got a few companies that supply parts to Airbus and also to Boeing, and we want to see growth in that sector.
Stakeholders here say an expo such as this one is important for the aviation sector going forward. For Newzroom Afrika on Channel 405, I'm Ahmed Kajee at the Wonderboom National Airport.